If you're watching this video, there's a 99% chance you're thinking about money completely wrong. And that's exactly why you're not rich yet. See, poor people work for money. Middle-class people work harder for money. But rich people, they make money work for them. And in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to flip that switch in your brain that separates the wealthy from everyone else. Let me ask you something. When you get your paycheck, what's the first thing you think about? If you're like most people, you're already calculating which bills you need to pay, how much you can spend on groceries, maybe if there's anything left over for that thing you've been wanting. Sound familiar? Here's the brutal truth. Money is just a construct. It's literally a made-up system we use as a store of value. But somehow this made-up concept controls your entire life. You wake up, trade 8 hours of your life for it, then immediately give it all away, and at the end of the month, you're right back where you started. Let's start with how poor people think about money. Poor people have a job to make money, and they trade their time for money. That's it. Their primary purpose for money is to pay bills. They focus entirely on bills and income so they can get those bills paid, because if they don't pay the bills, their lights get turned off, their car gets repossessed, they get evicted. So their entire financial life becomes this endless cycle. Work, get paid, pay bills, repeat. And usually, at the end of the month, they have no money left. Sometimes they even have bills that still need to be paid. They're literally living paycheck to paycheck, trapped in what I call the time for money prison. Now, middle-class people have figured out how to make more money at their jobs. They have good jobs, better salaries, but here's where it gets interesting. They use debt to buy what they think are assets, but are actually liabilities. Cars, boats, ATVs, bigger houses they can't really afford. They focus on continually making more money at their jobs to pay for this lifestyle. They're still trading their time for money, just like poor people, but they're making more of it. The problem is, they're also spending more of it, and worse, they're going into debt to maintain a lifestyle that requires them to work even harder. So while they look more successful on the outside, they're often just as trapped as poor people, sometimes even more trapped, because now they have debt payments on top of their regular bills. But rich people? They think about money completely differently. Rich people use money to buy income-producing assets. They take some of their money and some of their time to invest in things that will make them more money over time. And here's the key. These assets make them rich while they sleep. When a rich person gets money, the first thing they think is, how can I turn this money into more money? Not what bills do I need to pay? Not what can I buy with this? But how can I multiply this? This is the fundamental difference. Poor and middle-class people see money as something to spend. Rich people see money as a tool to acquire more money. Here's the principle that changes everything. You can't really start making a lot of money until you learn how to stop working for money. Now, before you close this video, thinking I'm telling you to quit your job tomorrow, I'm not. That would be stupid. What I'm saying is that you need to start working in that direction. You need to start building systems and acquiring assets that will eventually free you from having to trade your time for money. The goal isn't to never work again. The goal is to have the choice. To have money coming in whether you work or not. That's true financial freedom. But here's the hard part that most people can't handle. A big part of wealth creation is delayed gratification. You have to put off things you desire to do now for the future. While your friends are buying the latest iPhone, you're investing that money. While they're financing a new car, you're putting that payment into stocks. While they're going out to expensive dinners every weekend, you're building your emergency fund, an investment portfolio. This is why most people never build wealth. They can't delay gratification. They want everything now, and they're willing to go into debt to get it. But wealthy people understand that every dollar you spend today is a dollar that can't compound and grow for your future. So, what are these income-producing assets I keep talking about? Let me give you some concrete examples that anyone can start with. First, invest in the stock market. When you buy shares of profitable companies, you own a piece of businesses that generate income. Over time, these companies grow, and your shares become more valuable. Plus, many pay dividends, which is literally free money sent to your bank account just for owning the stock. Second, create intellectual property. Write a book, start a blog, create a YouTube channel like this one. Once you create these assets, they can generate income for years without you having to trade more time. Every view on this video, every book sold, every affiliate commission, that's money coming in while I sleep. Third, real estate. Buy rental properties that generate monthly cash flow. Your tenants pay your mortgage while you build equity and collect profit every month. The key is that all of these assets work for you, instead of you working for money. Here's the final piece of the puzzle that separates the wealthy from everyone else. Poor and middle-class people focus on cash accumulation. They try to save money in savings accounts, stuff cash under mattresses, accumulate as much money as possible. But rich people focus on cash flow. They work to get their cash flow as fast as possible. They want money coming in every month from their assets, not just a big pile of money sitting in a bank account earning 0.5% interest. Think about it this way. Would you rather have $1 million in the bank or $10,000 coming in every month for the rest of your life? The monthly cash flow is infinitely more valuable because it never runs out. This is why rich people can seem cash poor sometimes. They're not hoarding money, they're constantly reinvesting it into assets that generate more cash flow. So here's your homework. Pick one income-producing asset and start this week. Open a brokerage account and buy your first stock. Start that YouTube channel you've been thinking about. Write the first chapter of that book. The hardest part is starting. But once you shift your mindset from working for money to making money work for you, everything changes. If this video opened your eyes to a new way of thinking about money, smash that like button and subscribe for more wealth-building content. Remember, your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. Don't let them down. Build you, do build wealth. It's never too late.